If you tackle place-based challenges, the real opportunity is how do you layer the different dimensions? So the Promise Zone gives us both the visibility and the potential federal leverage to begin to impact a variety of different elements in low-income neighborhoods. The Bloomberg Innovation Grant, the Innovation Delivery Team methodology, allows us to translate big ideas into actual delivery, which is the middle name of the Innovation Delivery Team. How do we actually deliver the results on the ground? The Living Cities Accelerator potential ensures that at every step of the way we have that civic engagement, and not just civic engagement in terms of lip service, but civic engagement in terms of really responding to the way in which people have changed the way they want to interact with government. It's no longer go to the public hearing at City Hall. It's how do I interact with my local government where I am, at my work, in my home, when I'm out on the streets. And that's 24/7. And people want to be part of something, but they're not going to be part of something by standing in line to get into a public hearing and signing up to give 3 minutes of testimony that's not going to be listened to. They want to be genuine partners 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the neighborhoods that they live in.
At 5, we're learning more about President Obama's new Promise Zones that will bring millions of dollars in aid to some Los Angeles neighborhoods. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti was in Washington today as the president unveiled the program aimed at fighting poverty. It designates parts of 5 U.S. cities, including Los Angeles, as Promise Zones, making them eligible for millions in federal grants to improve education, transportation, and safety, and to create more affordable housing. The Los Angeles Zone is made up of the east side of Hollywood, including Thai Town and Little Armenia, Koreatown, the Westlake District, and Pico Union.
This isn't so much the opening of a new front in the war of poverty. This is about a force multiplier. It's about making sure we don't keep programs in silos, but we start treating people and communities as the holistic individuals that they are.
The main goal that we're focusing on is what we've been billing as inclusive revitalization. That's actually directing more of the benefits that come from economic development to the people that are actually living there in the neighborhoods themselves. And that really does kind of engender, a need for kind of engagement with the people that live there, because they have obviously a very clear idea of what a good neighborhood would be.
This has a vibrant history of civic engagement, particularly at the neighborhood level. Always we've been characterized by coalition politics and by a rich grassroots level of engagement. Where the challenge comes is in putting it all together and having people feel like the government is truly responsive to them. That's where we are really on the cutting edge, I think, nationally. We're about high tech as well as high touch. We're using open data and we're using new platforms that allow us to connect with people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And yet there's still no substitute for the personal touching. So when we had our National Day of Civic Hacking, we had the biggest activity in the whole country. We had almost 2,000 people show up at City Hall on a Saturday, basically took over City Hall for a hackathon, for a tech conference, and for the first gathering of the mayor's high-level tech council. All levels, all ages of Los Angelinos were here at City Hall. It was their house, and out of that has come a real flowering of the civic tech scene. So there are lots of opportunities in Los Angeles to bring together all of the elements of civic engagement into really creating a new era of civic engagement in which citizens really think that this is their town and they're making a great difference. There's a lot of optimism now in Los Angeles. Our challenge is to capture that, to channel that, and to have people really feel like their voice counts.
We're excited about the I-teams because with the sister cities that we have in New Orleans or Louisville, they've shown considerable progress and significant kind of change with what they've been doing. We'll have a team that's actually additional capacity to try and improve the lives of residents, basically, where they live, where they're at, and that's key for us who work here, because that's why we all kind of joined up in the first place.
So a part of everything we do is the dimension of civic engagement. We don't believe we solve problems without engaging the citizens in a true partnership. So having the opportunity to engage Living Cities and their Civic Accelerator program is just jump-starting what we're committed to do and taking the lessons and the technical assistance that the program can provide and connecting it up with our challenges, whether it's taking on the most ambitious earthquake retrofitting resiliency program that's ever been mounted in the state of California, whether it's revitalizing a 52-mile long river that's been encased in concrete over the past decades and is now undergoing a rediscovery and a renaissance, and particularly where we can apply the civic engagement model to the challenge of low-income neighborhood revitalization that truly benefits the residents and the existing businesses in those communities so we really have sustainable citywide livability and prosperity.